I'll start with you. What are the emotions heading into your last test week with the Wallabies camp?
To be fair, yeah, pretty focused on the job, and that's not a cliche, but that's the way it is. Especially playing, if we were playing, and no offense, we're playing Romania, would be different. But yeah, I have to keep focused because it's a big game, and we really think we have chances of taking this one. So just stay focused on the job.
What's been the reaction back home? I know you had to stay over there for a few days. What else had to get sorted out before you?
Yeah, people on the streets. And it was, yeah, no, it was good. It was good. We had a press conference, went pretty well. Yeah, pretty excited, and there's a lot of changes going on over there, and it's good to be part of the change and trying to give something back. Yeah.
Mario, with coaches, often they pull lots of elements from different experiences. You always got your playing experiences, but what part of your coaching going forward will be the Australian part of your coaching?
I'd say the most important one. The first thing, I think that to become a coach, you have to forget about your playing career. If you stay there, you'll never be a good coach. You have to forget that you were a player and try to be more tolerant and have more empathy and yeah, think about others. When you're a player, and no offense, Karmichael, you're thinking a little bit more about yourself. And over here, it's about the others. So I think, and I said it before, I think that it made me a better person. And from my experience in France, there's a lot of good stuff, but a lot of bad stuff that I don't want to do as a coach. And from my experience in Australia, there's nothing bad. It's all good, and it's much more focused in getting better people, better players, making them better. It's all about the process. No point in time we talk about results, and there's no pressure, no negative pressure. In France, there's a lot of negative pressure. There's a lot of focus on the results and stuff like that. So it's a posture of doing whatever it takes to win. Over here, has to be a consequence of what we do and how better we are, how good we are to win on the weekend.
Mario, is it difficult? Sorry.
Ladies first. No,
what do you think would be the one thing you hope you left with the guys in your time with the Wallabies?
Don't know. You have to ask them. But I really enjoyed my time, and I think we had a lot of good moments together. I think that yeah, maybe the best thing is what we shared, and if I did make somebody better, I'll keep that. They definitely made me better, and so I'm taking much more of that what I'm leaving over here, and that's good. I'm fine with it. I'm really happy from all that I've learned over here and how I improved as a person too and as a coach. So yeah, I don't know. You have to ask the players.
Are you happy with the way that you're leaving the forwards and the set piece in particular? And is there part of you that's, I guess, a bit upset that you're leaving at a time when the team seems to be going up?
Yeah, I cannot say. Yeah, I cannot say I'm upset, but definitely when you see a pack of forwards, it's pretty young. We have really young, especially the type 5. We have young props, young second rows, guys that have Jordan Ulisi, he's 20, Isaac Rota, 21, Lukan Tui, 21, Throbo, Tom Robertson, and Alan Lalatoa, they're 23. So it's pretty young type 5. And I know for a fact that in 2 years' time they'll be killing it. And they're already making progress every week. And it's really tough being a type 5 in international footy, and they're competing every week in, week out, and improving week in, week out. So it's really exciting times for Australian rugby in terms of the forwards. But I'm happy with the choice I made. So I'm not upset, but definitely I'm waiting for those guys to finish their blooming.
How do you think Isaac Rotta's surgery is going to affect the Wallabies?
Well, I'm not. If he gets that operation, apparently you have more information than I do. But if he does, I'll be thinking about him. It's not about us. And if that's the right thing to do, that's the right thing to do for him. What is certain is that he's one of the guys that he's been improving the most physically and technically, and he's there. He'll be there for the next 10 or 15 years. So you'll be seeing a lot of him. He's a great project of a player.
Mario, what was the emotion when you were inside the sheds after that game in Mendoza telling the playing squad of your decision?
Yeah, pretty tough. So there was a lot of talk after the game, apparently. So Czech felt that it was the right thing to do to tell the players first before he came on the press. So he was I assume I was doing it the next day, but he came kind of as a surprise. But I think it was the right thing to do, and I'm kind of emotional. So there was a lot of tears and crying, and yeah, pretty embarrassing. But at this point, I do it so often that I'm good with it. But yeah, there was a lot of emotion there, a lot of emotion and real emotion. But again, not sadness, just emotion because of all the things we shared together.
Karmichael, I guess you've had limited dealings with Mario, not only as a back, but as someone who's only joined the Test squad this year. How do you think he's going to go, though, sort of as an opposing Super Rugby coach next year? Do you think he'll be a pretty formidable guy? Knows a fair bit about Aussie players, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. But as Mario just said, his experience that he's had in the Australian system is going to obviously benefit himself as a coach, but also the team over there as well. I mean, we played him in Bundesliga this year, and they absolutely touched us up over the park. So they've got plenty of talent, as we saw last week. In RG a couple of weeks ago. They can stick it to us. So I'm sure Mario's going to, take their provincial team to another level, and obviously benefit their national team as well. So.
Karmichael, how's the rehab been compared to other times in your career?
It's actually been quite nice. I've been able to just hang out with my family, mate. I've got 3 little girls, so I haven't been playing football, so I've just been going and doing rehab and sort of been able to spend a lot of time with my young girls who are at an age now where, they want a lot of daddy. Also, they're not neglecting mum as well, but it's nice to have dad around. So, I've been managed to get through it. It's the last couple of weeks have been probably a bit tiresome because it's just on the back end of it where you just want to start playing footy now. You've had enough of, the rehab, talking to Crapper every day and things like that. So it's nice to be back playing football.
You played an absolute swamp on Sunday.
Yeah.
You're just by the manner of the ground, there's a lot of slipping and sliding. You're put in lots of contorted positions. It must have been a good test to know that the ankle could handle any sort of sudden awkward movements. Yeah,
correct. Actually, first probably action in the second half, the ankle got twisted underneath me, similar to what happened in New Zealand in the last round when I actually tore my Cindy. So for it to be able to pull up quite fine straight afterwards was definitely a pleasing moment for me. I was a little bit scared, but managed to come through it and run out a few more minutes before I got sent off.
Where do you kind of expect to end up this weekend if you're named? Do you think fullback, centre? What do you think?
The one thing I've learned about Czech is, not to not to count your chickens too early. Who knows where he'll play me, if he'll play me. So, as Mario alluded to, it's all about the process for me as well. Just getting back into camp, understanding the plays. Some of the terminology has changed since June. Obviously, there's new players in the group, so getting a feel around them. But back to Jim's question, just recovering as well. Played Sunday in a swamp condition. I was pretty sore yesterday. As a 30-year-old, I don't bounce back as quick. Like Sam McRevy was probably running around top speed yesterday. So, we'll see if what Czech hasn't planned for me. But yeah, I'm happy to be back involved and back around the guys. So.
Mario was saying there's a bit of confidence in the group at the moment. What do you guys kind of put that down to? Why are you feeling so confident going into this game?
Yeah, look, I have to agree with Mario. Having come in after June, the boys are really confident in, I guess, what they've built over the last month and a bit. Obviously, results haven't gone entirely our way, but the process, you've seen the fruits of labour. The boys are starting to gel a lot better, starting to perform and put patches of play together where probably in June there was maybe 10-minute spurts, but now, we're probably stretching out to 20, now a half, now a 60-minute effort. So, probably the confidence has come from that. It's definitely a sense of understanding of roles around here. Definitely the coaches have mapped out a good training schedule where boys understand what's required of them on the Monday, the Tuesday, and then heading into the back end of the week. So a lot of the clarity around it has taken, I guess, some of the stress away from the players, and then what we have to concentrate on is recovering and training well.
Does it come into play at all? Does it play on your minds that, Barrett is potentially out with concussion? Do you guys think about that kind of stuff?
That's the first I heard of it, so I don't like reading too much into footy. Obviously watch the vision that needs to be watched, but in terms of understanding who's playing and who's not, sort of that comes in the back end of the week, so it's obviously not our issue to deal with, it's theirs.
I guess on that as well, there's been a bit of criticism on Sonny Bill. Just wondering what you make of that.
Again, yeah, I couldn't tell you, I haven't read too much into it. So we all know how classy a player Sonny is, so I'm not sure what you're alluding to in terms of criticism, but we definitely know that if he's playing, he's going to be a handful, as he always is. So.
Hey, what do you just think quickly about Isaac going for the surgery? I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably a bad thing for the Wallabies. He's done pretty good so far this year, but good for the Reds, I guess, to have him ready to go from the start of next year.
Good for Isaac too. I think he's a young player. I'm speaking as Mario said before, like from a selfish point of view as a player. He's very young, so obviously as a Wallaby you want him around because he's a really quality player who's growing. But for him, if the surgery is the best decision for him long term, for the Reds, yes, first and foremost, because he'll be back for the start of the year. But he's going to be beneficial for the Wallabies going forward as well. So. If that's the decision being made, I'm sure it's going to be the right one and he'll be on board with it.
Mario, what you said before that you're feeling that there's, you can do a job this weekend. I mean, just what do you see coming together that makes you feel a little confident
No.
you're matching against the All Blacks?
Well, just that consistency. I think that either that first half in Australia, well, we've been pretty consistent the other games, and we put ourselves in a position to win every game. I think that 3 minutes here or there would have changed a lot. The result on a couple of weeks ago, we could have been going for the title, but that didn't happen. So obviously, 1 point is a lot in rugby. So winning or losing by 1 point, it takes a lot of skill and a lot of consistency. But we've been concentrating on the process, and we're starting to see the fruits of a lot of hard work. Physically, what we did after June, and technically what we've been doing the last couple of weeks or months. So, but that's just me, just a perception. You never know. I'm very good with that.
The fact that the All Blacks have got that ability, well, clearly they feel that they can win from anywhere and at any time. Do you feel that Australia gets in front with 3 minutes to play, that this time there's the maturity to,
Don't know. I cannot answer that. I have to do some.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, some crystal ball to answer that, and I won't do it. So I'll leave it with that. I do it all the time, but just a trademark. Yeah.
As a player, I mean, you'd definitely hope so that that would learn from that last couple of minutes in New Zealand. Like, the one thing about this playing group is that they always review their performances and they always want to try and get better. So if that does come to the point where we are ahead with 10 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go, you definitely hope so that the boys are going to understand what's required against the All Blacks, because as you said, they can snatch it right at the death. But we hope that we learn and
so do you change the way you play, or do you continue playing the way you're playing?
Well, I think if we continue, just from an outsider looking in, I wasn't in camp, but defensively we just continue to back our system in those last couple of minutes. I don't think that they get through there. But again, the All Blacks seem to find spots of weaknesses all throughout the field. So you have to be on your guard right across the field.
Mario, you've got a great young hooker coming through that you've obviously taken personal pride in, with Jordan coming through, and a match like this, there is a case for him perhaps to get some time on the bench, but there's perhaps a bigger occasion with Stephen Moore perhaps playing his last test in front of his home fans at Suncorp Stadium. What's your feeling about Stephen's situation and how much he deserves to have that?
Well, we haven't given the team up, but it's like you're saying. I mean, it's his last game over here in Australia. against the All Blacks, and what a better farewell for Stephen to come out there in front of his hometown. He's from hometown, and winning a game against the All Blacks. I cannot imagine a better finish over here in Australia, and he really deserves it. He's been serving the country and the gold jersey for a long time now, and to be 34 after 124 tests and being still an important part of the Wallabies is a huge achievement, and we'll do everything to give him a good farewell. And I think not only us, but the players and even the public should be thinking about the same thing. I think that in rugby that's important. Legacy is important, and giving that to Stephen, it's important too. And it would be a good thing from the team to do everything to do that.